BTS is back. 4.17 million albums sold in the first week, #1 on Billboard, 110 million Spotify streams in a single day. Record-breaking numbers across the board. But here's the thing. HYBE's stock crashed 15% in one day. Doesn't that seem strange? BTS is putting up the best numbers of their career, and investors are running for the exits. Today, we're breaking down why. Let's start from the beginning. On March 21st, BTS held a free comeback concert at Gwanghwamun Plaza in central Seoul. The government predicted up to 260,000 people would show up. Seoul City expected over 200,000. But when the dust settled, HYBE claimed 104,000 attended, while Seoul City's official count was just 48,000. Same venue, same day, but the numbers differ by more than double. Some foreign media even reported 250,000. But the bottom line is, it fell way short of what the government expected. On top of that, traffic shutdowns caused chaos for residents, and there were complaints about excessive security pat-downs. What was supposed to be a celebration turned into controversy. So was BTS underperforming? Not even close. The album numbers are genuinely historic. Their fifth studio album ARIRANG sold 4.17 million copies in the first week, breaking their own record. It hit 1 million in just 10 minutes. #1 on Billboard 200 with 640,000 units in the first week. The title track Swim debuted straight at #1 on the Hot 100. That's BTS's 7th Hot 100 #1. On Spotify, 110 million streams in a single day. Apple Music, #1 in 115 countries. By every metric, this was a perfect comeback. So what went wrong? The day after the Gwanghwamun concert, HYBE's stock plunged 15.5%, dropping to around 290,000 won. Investors panicked. Here's why. For months, HYBE's stock had been climbing on one big narrative: BTS is coming back from military service, and it's going to be massive. But the Gwanghwamun concert didn't live up to the hype. And that's when investors started thinking, what if reality can't match expectations? The album sales are incredible, sure. But if the actual on-the-ground turnout doesn't match the numbers, what does that mean for the future? This is how the stock market works. Being good isn't enough. You have to be better than expected. There was also drama within the fandom. Jin was left out of the songwriting credits on ARIRANG. The reason is straightforward. Jin was on his solo tour and couldn't join the songwriting camp in the US. But during the album release live stream, fans noticed Jin's expression looked stiff, and there's a moment where Jungkook pats him on the shoulder. That clip went viral. The fandom split into two camps. One side said HYBE should have adjusted the schedule so Jin could participate. The other side argued that managing a solo tour and a group album simultaneously just wasn't feasible. But for fans who were promised a full group comeback, having one member missing from the credits hits different. It raised the question, is this really a complete reunion? So is it game over for HYBE? Far from it. The real battle starts now. On April 9th, BTS kicks off their world tour in Goyang, South Korea. 23 countries, 34 cities, 82 shows. It's the largest K-pop tour in history. Every single show is already sold out, and they've added dates in Latin America due to demand. On April 11th and 18th, there will be live viewing events in 3,500 theaters across 75 countries. Analysts estimate the tour will generate at least 1.5 trillion won, that's over $1 billion US. That's why the stock bounced 3.9% 2 days after the crash. The market is saying, Gwanghwamun was a blip. If the tour delivers, the stock recovers. The first week of the tour will decide HYBE's fate. Let's wrap this up. First, BTS's ARIRANG is a monster comeback by the numbers. 4.17 million first-week sales, number 1 on Billboard 200, number 1 on Hot 100. Second, the Gwanghwamun Concert fell short of expectations, and HYBE's stock crashed 15% the next day. Third, Jin being left out of the credits raised questions about whether this was truly a full group effort. Fourth, the real test starts April 9th with the world tour. 82 shows, over $1 billion in projected revenue. If it delivers, HYBE recovers. If it stumbles, things could get ugly. BTS as artists? Incredible. HYBE as a company? That's a different story. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe and the notification bell. See you in the next one.